home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day. The Blue Devils will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. The last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
Pocket breaking down. Got a man in the middle. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sapp. Quickly complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Off the RPO, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Offense in a bunch formation. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying play action. Extending the play. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Wolfpack now operating in the red zone. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Off the play fake. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Fitted in the window for the score.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Blue Devils offense will go to work for the first time. And this might be a real challenge for this quarterback because that corner, David, can take away an entire half of the field.
Yeah, and that's the bright part of this defense. Like you know out wide exactly what you're getting week in and week out, and it is top flight. Like one of the best in the country at your spot. So interested to see how this passing attack works. while avoiding that guy, because I'm not going after him, Palmer.
Well, I don't think this quarterback has seen a secondary built like this. He definitely hasn't seen a corner with this guy's ability. And so if he is going to try him, he better have really good timing. He better be very accurate. He better not be late throwing out-breaking routes, because this dude will pick him off and take it to the house.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Blue Devils decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Direct snap. It's Orji. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. To the air. It's Sapp. Zings it complete to the right. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, North Carolina State. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. The Blue Devils line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Quick strike complete. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Inside the 45. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
These offenses are so hard to stop when you run the option because they play the quarterback well. They get it to the running back. The defense looks pretty good, but 3rd and short, they get the yardage they need, and they move the sticks.
Might as well give it to him again. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That defensive front was a stone wall on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. He'll go to the sneak. Scores on the sneak.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a 2-time All-American know this game is not over.
Wide receiver comes in motion. The handoff to Johnson. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the catch. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
And the Blue Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off play action. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. The Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll take it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To throw, it's Sapp. Finds his target down the middle. He'll be stopped right at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Now to see if they want to spin that wheel of fortune. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Got him downfield. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. Right back to the well. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. He'll keep it himself. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. He leaves it with the back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Snap to the back. Gives it on the option. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Sapp. It's complete on the right side. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Power football with the run. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And this defense gets the sack and puts them in 3rd and long. And I tell you what, this offense, they just got to stay out of those situations. Last drive, they got in it and they had to punt. This drive, getting in it again, predictable situations are really hard to protect your quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. Floats it out in space. Spins away from the defense. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Back to pass, it's set. Flips it out in the flat. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Second down, he'll throw it. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Trying to set the tone with the run. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. The Blue Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll give it to Johnson. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They go to the ground. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Ware. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Blue Devils are rolling down the field. He'll get rid of it. Got his man to the left. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Quick spin on the run. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Nice move to keep running. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The Blue Devils trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal coming up. Here comes the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. This is a big moment for this offense. You keep the ball this long, you have to finish the deal. 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Are forced to settle for 3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Georgia is getting throttled right now inside Sanford Stadium, and frankly, it's been that way since the crowd started barking during the opening kick. They're trailing by 14 to LSU. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Dropping back, it's Sapp. Under fire. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They booted away on 4th down. Let's see what he can do with it. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here's the handoff. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive already. He lofts one down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Blue Devils send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The Wolfpack line up, trying to forge ahead for a few inches. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeps it on the bootleg. Working that left side now. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. NC State to the line on 3rd and inches. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Back to pass. It's Sapp. Got his man quickly. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? He's looking to pass. Fires to the big fella. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds a man on the left. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Orji. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Hand off from the shotgun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's sacked. Got his man on the right. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. It is perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Pressure coming. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Right down the middle. This time it's complete. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The Blue Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Johnson. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unleashes one. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Duke. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. To the air, it's Sapp. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He's got great speed. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Looking downfield on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. He's got him. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. The give to the tailback. Across the 45.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. On the direct snap, it's Orji. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Leaves it with the running back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. With the clock running, this should be the final play. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year...